Howdy, folks. Doing an impromptu live here. 9:18 Tuesday morning for those of you early birds. I'm just soldering away, putting together another box. The last box before maybe the last box before the vacation break. Hey, folks, how's it going out there? Welcome, one and all. I'm just creating another box, hopefully the last before the Christmas break. Let's see here. Yeah, we're good to go. Let's put that thing away and let's pull out if I can find it around here, the bottom of the box. Well, let's do the motors, shall we? How's everybody doing today? All right, first of all, let me make sure that these are properly attenuated. Hey, Bobby, how's it going? I'm just finishing up another box so I can send it out tomorrow. The last one that I'll be sending out this year. Probably. Okay, let's see. This is output is, yeah, nice and wide. How was everybody's year? If we want to be optimistic about it, how was everybody's year? I mean, all in all, got to spend a lot more time with the family, which is great. Really hasn't changed much. Haven't been too adversely affected by the times. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just testing the morning, Troy. How's it going? Morning, Chris. I'm just going to be testing the setting the power supplies to 24 and 12 volts, or 12 and 24, whichever the case may be. I decide which one is 12, which one is 24. I haven't really standardized the colors. I just make sure that I just solder a bunch of wires and make sure they're different for one box, so I know which is which. But okay, input. Let's grab our two little power supply wires. And what stinks is that I just realized I don't have my, let me double check, but I don't know if I have my Ah, thank goodness, I do. It'd be a shame if I didn't have my power supply. I had to go get it in the car. Okay. So, let's do the old turn on the power. Put it at 36 volts. We're powered up. Should read 36, and it does. And this is 18 volts. That's annoying. Let me get my other clips wherever they may be. There we go. And if I can find where I put my little screwdriver, which is buried under the things here. It's always the smallest little thing. Okay, so we'll do 12 on this one. I give up. This one stinks. Let me just use the one on the tip of my screwdriver. There we go. And a little too much. There we go. 12-ish, $11.99. That's good for the fans. I don't mean my fans. I mean the fans. And that's the 12-volt one. So we'll connect that to the fans in a second. This will be the 24-volt. The 24-volt, which will go to the, of course, to the power supply, to the controller. Okay, so this goes over here. And here we go. Power. Get everything ready. And power the power supply. 14 volts. Let's go to 24. Nope, too much. There we are. Ish. 24 volts. Just a little less. Good. Here we go. All right. We have our power supplies set. Now for a little fan soldering. Clip this garbage off. The other one. Clip this garbage off. Let's do these one by one so we don't get confused. This is positive. Turn on my soldering iron. Should be warmed up any second. Output positive. Make sure we have our heat shrink on there first. Let me go ahead and put the black heat shrink on also, so I don't remember that one. So I don't forget that one. Remember. Boy, I'm having a day. So how's everybody doing today? Chilling, relaxing? I was watching videos on cabinetry, and I mean, I built my own kitchen cabinets years ago. Just trying to get ideas for different designs, because I haven't decided on a color yet. I haven't decided for the house. I haven't decided, it's still early. And, well, time will tell. But I'm making my own cabinets. Well, obviously, woodworker, I was pricing out today. For those of you interested in prices, I was pricing out cabinet doors because I thought, maybe I'll save a little bit of my time, and because the cabinet doors are the most, the frame is, it's a box, and it could save me a lot of time. And I'm always looking to, depending on how the build goes, how the entire build goes, I was thinking I might do some stuff to shave some time, like, order pre-made, there's cabinet door factories that all they do is make cabinet doors. You tell them the wood. You pick from a wood, you pick from a stain, you pick, or pre-finished, and they make the cabinet doors for you, height and width. $144 per door. It's a 2 foot by 6 foot. They're big doors, but I was just getting a price. I wanted to get a price overall of the entire. It's a 24 foot long total, the cabinetry, and by 3 foot high, and that's just the top cabinets. So just the top cabinets would run me $1,700 for the doors. They're not out of their minds. That's a reasonable price when you think about it. But yeah, reasonable to one person. When I can make them for let's just say I'm not going to spend $1,700 on wood. Heck, I could buy some mahogany for that price. Whatever, some nice fancy hardwood, quite a lot of it, if I wanted to. But in the end, I'm just going to get a wood with a nice grain and make it myself. Because, hey, Drew, how's it going? Yeah, because it's really not worth at all buying the cabinets. Drew, what did you do on your house? Did you make your kitchen cabinets, or did you buy them? Did you buy the pieces? Because I didn't want to buy the press board stuff. It's a quick way, and it's very inexpensive at Home Depot and stuff like that. That's an option, but I've got solid. The first thing I did on my house was in '99 when I moved in. Is I built the cabinetry in the kitchen, and it stands to this day. Solid. It's been soaked. It's been we don't treat it with kid gloves. So not much, Drew. We're just here. Oh, you're building them all. Good. So you're building them yourself. See, that makes perfect sense to me. I was pricing out cabinets, Drew, and they were the doors, just the doors for the cabinets. I'm looking at $1,700 just for the top cabinets, the doors. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely mad. I mean, like I said earlier. It's not crazy if you don't have the skills. It's not crazy if you're if well, let me stop what I'm about to say. I was about to say it's not crazy if your time is more valuable than that, and my time is more valuable than that because I could easily make $2,000 on a heck, giving away a paint job. I'll make $4,000 on a paint job that'll take me 1 week, and it will take me longer than that to build all. Well, may or may not take me longer than that to build all the cabinetry. And $4,000 buys a lot of retail cabinetry. But where's the fun in that, folks? Where's the fun in that? I mean, it's a lot better if you. Did I miss a? Yep, I missed a. Oh well, time to open it up again. It's no fun. It's no fun if I mean if you can build it yourself. It just seems like you're throwing. It's not throwing away money when you know all you got to do is you know, for in my case, paint something and I buy it, and you know, economically it makes more sense for me to buy them. But the pleasure of doing it yourself is a whole other, you know, whole other ball of wax, as they say. 56 feet of cabinets in the kitchen and dining by 56 square feet. Because I got 25 feet of cabinetry on the top. I got 25 lineal feet of cabinetry, top cabinetry. Then I've got the bottom, which is another 50, and then I've got the perimeter, which is another 6 feet. So it comes out. Well, it comes out to 56 lineal feet. I coincidentally, that's hilarious. Same number. But oh, okay, yeah. Wait, is that? Yeah, that's just the kitchen for me. And then we got the dining room and well, the dining room. I'm not going to make anything at the moment. Maybe some curios or something. Who knows? But almost forgot this thing. But the bathroom cabinets. That's a whole other story. And Drew, I don't know what you're doing, but what I'm going to do, and I'll suggest this to you if you haven't done it already, what I'm going to do on the bathrooms, man, there's no way I'm going to have to restrip these. On the bathrooms themselves, the shower stalls, instead of using tile, I don't know if you've watched Stone Coat Countertops, the episode where they used a piece of insulation, coated it with epoxy, made a marble finish. I'm not gonna. Well, I may make a marble finish out of it. Who knows? But they made a marble finish, and basically they created out of the styrofoam one entire wall, and all they had to do was seal the edges. You know, the bottom edge. You know, whatever. Create your own. That's what I usually do, is create my own shower pan and everything. But here in this house, I tiled, but I like the epoxy idea better. I mean, my wife is not big on cleaning tile grout, and frankly, if I can avoid grouting, that, you know, the more I can avoid grouting, the better. And so that's an idea. One thing after another. I pulled it off the thing. Now I got to solder that end. See, folks, that's why for those of you watching who don't have a JaviBox yet, or who have one and are thinking, hey, let me go inside and see how this thing works. Be very, very careful, because look at me. I'm here soldering one piece, and all it takes is just a little bit of fiddling around, and the solder breaks off. These wires are well, they're delicate. We're not talking electrical. I mean, we're not talking electric 120-volt electric or thick wires or anything like that. These are project wires, you know, and this is a project. So don't go crazy if you guys are wanting to see how it works. I mean, I'm all for you guys taking it apart. I don't mind at all. Of course, that's what it's there for. But I'm just asking you to be careful if you do, because the first thing I want to do, I know, when I get something, is take it apart. That's just me. But like, especially with cell phones, you got to be very careful. Out of probably 10 or 20 cell phones that I have taken apart and swapped batteries on, one of them, I hit a resistor, and I basically broke one of these. Well, it was tiny. It was like, let me see if I can point to this one. You guys can't see it there, but it's this little tiny resistor at the tip of the screwdriver next to this thing. Not this one, but this one. And I'll say it wasn't easy to get back on. It was a lot smaller than the one even on here. Hot. All right, so we got our power back together. All right, our fans are ready to be installed. Let's see, fans, the board. Let's finish the installation on the board here. We need the other power supply. Output. Okay, we got the output on this one. Let's get a red and black wire. Actually, let's see if I can. Nope, I'll need a red and black wire. Let's see. Red, black, and clip. Strip this side. Strip this side smaller. Alrighty. So now we got to connect the input, which is normally ground. So we got ground, and we got ground. Let's see, no linear Oh, not linear. That's 56 square foot. Gotcha. Invite me on this. You mean on the send you the link to the stone coat? Let me. You're gonna love it, Drew. You are absolutely gonna love it. All right. Let me do a quick search for it. I'll be right back. Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is the one. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Hang on. Copy. Here, Drew, and for the rest of you, huh? Invite this live. Well, here's the. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hang on a second. Let me give the link. Hang on. So we can chat about your project now that you're relaxing there at home in the morning. Let's see. Give me a sec. Mr. Drew. There you go. I just sent you the link, so drop on in. All right, so what do we got here? That was, by the way, that other one was the link to the countertop. But yeah, let me know what's happening there. I'll wait for Drew to come in here. What did I do? All I did was extend this thing. That's no good. Man, I'm losing it today. Because it popped off. Okay. Hey, Drew, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
I'm gonna mute my video.
All right, no worries.
No, 56 linear feet.
Okay, 56 linear feet, and that's what? That's just the kitchen?
I got a 15-foot island, a 15-foot kitchen, a 15-foot upper kitchen, and a 11-foot dining room.
Okay, gotcha. I got a 6-foot island. I've got a 25-foot bottom. I've got an 18-foot top. I might go 25. I might put a top on the other section too, but and then I've got the well, I haven't counted the dining room or the bathrooms. I haven't figured that out yet and stuff. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to. Well, I am and I'm not looking forward to building the cabinets. I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Building's fun. It's just a lot. So I've already built the half bath vanity, my
Right.
kids' bathroom vanity, the master vanity, and I have 2 built-ins in the living room. So I've already built all that. Now I have to build. I waited till the end before I conquered the kitchen.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm gonna be the same way.
So the
Same way for me.
The rest of it was not that bad. the master vanity was a little tricky because there's two sinks.
Right.
So and things didn't line. Like when I wired the house, I wired my light fixtures over the top of
Oh,
the plumbing,
right.
and the plumbing needed to be over a little bit, so the lights needed to be over a little bit,
Right.
basically for the cabinet to make sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That one was a little tricky, but all the other ones were, build a box, put a frame in it, and drawers and drawers. That's pretty simple.
Now,
But
do you have to worry about building codes in your area?
yes,
Oh, okay.
everything is.
But you already pulled the permits, so you're working on the older building codes. I mean, they
What do you
changed
mean exactly?
the
I already have all my building permits.
yeah, the electrical codes change in January. So it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I've already got all that.
All right, cool.
Um,
Yeah, because
but
I'm doing all the electric, and everything has to be arc fault. Even everything has to be arc fault, and GFCI goes on practically everything except maybe bedroom outlets and bedroom lights. I mean,
so
it's
the way
crazy.
the way it is
Uh-huh.
now is every circuit has to be
Yeah.
arc fault, except like
Right.
my wall oven. You can't arc fault the wall oven because they don't make 50 amp arc fault breaker. So
Actually, yeah, you're right as far as arc fault, but GFCI, everything in the kitchen has to be GFCI. That's the new rule.
okay,
The one that changed in arc fault has been around since 2014, but the new one that changed was now we're looking GFCI for everything. And here's the funny part. There's going to be a lot of messed up homes in the future because the oven,
yeah,
and the dryer in the past, many of them, I mean, what we're talking years ago, but many of them share the ground and the neutral, which is not right. But since they're 220, they don't need a ground. They use the ground from well, basically they either are open neutral or open ground. But regardless, they've only got 3 wires instead of 4 wire. Or they've got 4 wire, but in the box, the neutral and the ground are tied together. They're not separate.
right.
And the problem is that'll trip a GFCI. Now with the new rule, and they sell them 50 amp GFCI. It's got to be on the breaker side. It can't be obviously on the plug, but the dryer, the range has to be GFCI. And here's another one. Outside your house, they changed the rule where you can no longer have separate you have to have one emergency disconnect. One. You can't have 2. In other words, if you have a garage and you have a house, you can't have one disconnect on each. You have to have only one disconnect going to all of those. You can have your main breaker inside shut off.
Yeah, so the way because mine are back to back, they told me I don't have to have a main disconnect on the outside.
No, you didn't. Now you do.
Yeah, because they're back to back. So they said if I wouldn't put the breaker and the meter back to back, I'd have to have a disconnect, seeing as one's on one side on the outside and the other's on the immediate inside of the wall.
Right. That's one that changed. Now by code, you have to have a disconnect outside, even if you have one inside or whether you have one inside or not, because it's called an emergency. A service disconnect is different than an emergency disconnect. The emergency disconnect is if the fire department comes there, they have to have only one switch that they pull, and it's got to be labeled and all that, to shut off all the power in your house. Even if you have a detached garage, as I'm going to have a shop 15 feet away, and I'm going to have one breaker panel feeding the other, but before all of it, by the meter, clunk, one big lever. Which that's one of the things that changed. There's a few, that one was okay. I don't mind that. I mean, I see the reason for that, but that one was okay. That law, but some of them, the building codes, really, some of the building codes are just, you got to get a kick out of them. I had one issue with a smoke alarm
Right.
in a duplex
Going
once.
back to cabinets.
Oh yeah, go back. Yeah, go ahead.
Going back to your cabinets. Definitely, what will sneak up on you is the hardware, the drawers, the drawer slides, and the door and the hinges will sneak up on you at how much money you'll spend for that.
Oh no, I've already got that priced out. I did a whole.
What kind are you using?
Huh? What's that?
Which kind? What kind are you using?
I'm using Bloom. I'm using the European hinges.
Undermount? What are you using for slides? Undermount?
Oh, for slides? No, for slides the heavy duty slide hinges. It depends on the cabinet, but most of them are on the side mount.
I tell you, I'm using all undermounts.
Yeah.
And I will never go. They're expensive, but man, I will never go back to side mount.
Yeah, I mean, my cabinet, I haven't had an issue with side. Why don't you like side mount?
I like this way where you don't have to see them in installation. Like,
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I've
it's so easy.
Well, yeah, but with a Craig jig or with your own self-made jig, installation for the others are a piece of cake.
They are, but these and the way these are made, I watched Jason from Bourbon Moss. He has a couple of videos of building cabinets.
Right.
And he talks about going with the Bloom one. And luckily I was able to I went to Rockler. You buy so much stuff that you get a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
But
you're cutting in and out. You're going through a bad area there.
Over $1,000 on hinges and drawers.
Merry Christmas, Troy. Good to see you. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. Sorry, Drew, you're cutting in and out there for a second there. I lost you, but you're still cutting in and out.
And I went 7/8 extension rather than
Okay, 7/8 extension. Interesting. I'm here, but you're still a little spotty. No, all I heard was "Am I?" Set up the reindeer traps. That's hilarious.
Okay, am I back now?
Yes, now you're back.
Okay, yeah, that's a bad spot.
You were saying 7/8 extensions.
Oh yeah, so I went 7/8 because the Bloom undermount 7/8 extensions are a lot, are close to half the price as full extension. And I got I got all 21-inch drawers, so I'm only losing like 2 inches. I think it's actually 2.5. 2.5 that doesn't full extend.
Oh, that's nothing.
Realistically, that's not that big a deal.
Not at all. Not at all.
To save half price rather than spending $40-something on a drawer slide.
I hear you.
It was only. Well, see, this is a crazy thing too. Online, that the 7/8 extensions are $26 a drawer slide. But my local Rockler, they had them actually ring up as $19.99.
Oh, nice.
So I bought all of them at $19.99. Which,
Well, the problem with online is that you got to pay for shipping. Heavy items online are never a good deal,
well,
or
see,
rarely a good deal.
I was talking to some other people, and they're like, don't buy them from Rockler, but I have a good connection with my local Rockler, so
Yeah, that's
why
the
I went
thing.
with it.
That's important. If you have a if you have a good connection with your local rockler, then by all means, absolutely.
So I went, but when they told me that, I started searching other places, and I
Right.
did find places that were cheaper. So they sell the Bloom slides separate, and then the Bloom's a little different. So they have these things that mount under the drawer that clip in, blah blah blah, any of that. But
Yeah.
so it all came out to be a lot cheaper. But then this online cabinet supply place, was
Yeah.
going to charge me $280 for shipping. I was like, because I need 43 drawer slides.
Right. Right.
43 drawer slides, that's pretty heavy shipment.
What did you end up spending, if I may ask? What did you total on cabinetry, door? I mean, wood and hardware, and on the cabinets, if you have
Well,
that information.
I've spent probably 800 on wood so far, but that ain't even gonna make a dent in the kitchen. I'm probably gonna have to go buy. Shoot, I'm gonna probably spend close to in wood total. It's probably gonna be around 1,200, and then another 12. Altogether, I'm thinking I might have maybe 3,000 in materials.
3,000 in materials. All right.
Yeah, that's. I don't think that's including paint though. Paint and clear coat. I mean, You're talking. So I have in my kitchen in kitchen and dining room. It's all open floor plan. So dining room. When I say dining room, it's just another 11 foot on the other side of the kitchen cabinet. So I don't
Right.
use a
Right.
wall. So I technically have a full 26-foot of cabinet from kitchen and dining room, and then I have the 15-foot island, and
Gotcha.
then the over. So in that one area, I have 56 linear feet, and then in the living room, I have another 16 linear feet.
Right.
The master bathroom, I have another 8, and then the kids' bathroom's 3, and then the other bathroom is close to 3, and then I have a built-in that's 60 in the mud room. So I mean, you're talking close to 100 linear feet of cabinetry.
Right.
I mean, so and I'm making it all out of Baltic birch plywood.
Yeah.
Hard maple.
Right. Hey, let me ask you something. What color are you staining it?
I ain't staining none of it. It's getting painted.
Oh, you're painting it?
Yeah, my wife wants everything white.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So that's why I'm doing birch and maple.
Oh yeah, it's easier that way.
Even though those are close, I mean you can paint them. I do not want to. So I'm spending more money to go maple than poplar. I just don't want to use poplar. It dents up too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's and until you sit down and actually count for all the drawer slides and everything, and I mean I got a deal because I bought some. I did not pay obviously full price for that stuff, but
yeah.
I mean it adds up.
Oh, I know it.
That's a lot of money for drawer slides, so I didn't ever think about. But then I started looking. My little brother just got his house built, and I'm like, okay, now I see why they use the side mount, the tent. They're like white slides with the little wheels, like the cheap ones. I'm like, okay, now I see why they're putting these in these commercial cabinets, because if you didn't, you spend a few $100s just in a
Oh yeah. Those white ones with the wheels. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones you go to Home Depot
Yeah.
and you spend like $3,
Yeah.
$2 on those.
Yeah, but I got to tell yeah, I
Yeah.
bought those in bulk and I was considering them. I've got them both priced out and you're right. It's an incredibly different price for if a big difference for both of them. But the thing that concerns me is as far as is how nicely they roll. Some of those other slides, you know, they're I mean for a cabinet it's one thing. For a cabinet that you're pushing it pulling it out and it's heavy and you need to be heavy
Yeah.
duty. But I've been using those I have both in my current kitchen. That's why I'm trying to decide because I have my
Well,
pots. If you can believe this, I have my pots and pans, heavy pots and pans. I built all. I put a door and I built really short drawers so they slide out, they slide in, easy to get to pots and pans and stuff. And I got them all stacked up on one of these white rolling doors. And I got to tell you, they pull out easy, they roll
yeah.
in easy. I mean, I agree with you. It's the crappiest slide, but it's been in my kitchen for 20 something years without an issue, whereas my other ones I've got on the silverware drawer. I've got a huge silverware drawer. I've got full extension slides. Those things, they don't just, you tap the other one and they roll all the way out, and you tap them and they roll all the way in. These, and I definitely plan to get the silent close ones. I will not get slam ones anymore. But
So
I'm still not
you should
convinced
look
on the
on my.
heavy
Have
duty
you seen
ones.
on my Instagram?
No, I'm not on
Have you
Instagram.
seen on my Instagram all the? You're not on Instagram.
No, not yet.
Well,
I am, but I haven't been on it in 2 years. So how's that?
I got you. On Instagram, I've been posting a lot of cabinetry content lately.
Oh, cool! I'll start looking at it.
I have video on there of my 3-year-old trying to slam the door. Well, if you wait a couple minutes, I'll be back at the shop and I can just show you. But I actually have
I'll be here.
I have video of him like trying to slam the doors, and he can't slam them. I have video of like a whole cabinet.
You mean the because they're soft close, right?
Yeah, every bit of it's soft close.
Yeah, I will not go with the regular ones anymore. I love soft close, but on the other hand, the heavy duty roll. I don't know. I gotta see how smoothly it closes and opens, because when it comes to cabinetry, I don't mind. Money's not the big issue with me. I'm trying to save a buck everywhere I can, but for me, it's building it, do it yourself is the big issue for me.
Right.
Money, but on the other hand, certain things like originally the house itself was about 7,800 square feet. That was the original size of the house, and it was a 5'4". Now it's 3,500. I've slimmed it down to practically nothing. 3,500, and it's a 3.5. So I'm very happy with the.
Down?
My wife doesn't like cleaning, and I don't really care about the size of the house. I want a big kitchen, a big living room, and a big master bedroom. My master bedroom is 18 by 25. That's probably too big because the TV is going to be on the opposite side of the 18 feet away from me. I'm going to have to get a 70-inch TV for the bedroom. But the living room. What I did was
projector.
What? Yeah, that's what I was going to do. That's actually what I was going to do. Well, the living room, I've shrunk it down to 14 by 30, something like that. And the reason why it's only 14 feet wide is because there's a small wall in the middle, but then I've got 14 more feet for kitchen. So really, it's kind of like a dividing wall, a semi-dividing wall, but I've got a huge open space of 28 feet. So it's a decent size, and I wanted to make it as small as I possibly could for my wife's sake, while keeping and I was going to go with 10-foot walls, and I said screw that. I went with 8 foot. I went with 8-foot walls. I like the idea of going taller. I grew up in 12-foot wall height. Where I grew up in a huge house. Well, my parents still own it. It's huge, but when you want to fix something on the ceiling, when you want to paint the ceiling, when you want to get near the top of the wall, when you've got a spider up in the corner, I mean, hey, it's a nightmare. Screw that. I don't, how many people am I going to invite to the new house? I mean, I don't know but I haven't moved there. Here, it's different. Here, I've got lots of friends. Up there, I mean, I've got my family, but that's about it. But now the shop, on the other hand, is going to be as big as the house, which is nice. And even so, I'm looking. I'm rearranging the stuff in the shop, because I have one big steel building, 40 by 80. And in the steel building, I'm already arranging little rooms, like a paint booth room and my CNC room and my office. And, so I can air condition certain rooms. I could seal off like the paint spray room. I can seal it off from the rest of the shop, which will have sawdust. You understand all of this. And then, but I don't know. I'm arranging everything. Very nice. Sweet. It's so nice to see it. Ah, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I went with hip roofs. I like gables, but I'm really paranoid about hurricanes growing up in Miami, even though nothing's happened to me seriously, knock wood. I want to make sure that I figure I'd go with the hip roof, and I like the look of the hip roof because I've lived in a gable roof my whole life. I'm tired of it.
Okay, I'm going to turn off the car, and hopefully it connects me onto this real quick. Hold on a second.
Okay. Just join back in if not. Oh, my
okay. God. Let's go for a
go for a little walk there.
Before my electrician buddy gets here, and we got to work on something.
Yeah. You're not doing the electric yourself?
I am, but he's gonna.
Do they allow you? Do they allow you to without a?
Yeah, because it's my house. Yeah. They'll let me do it. But
okay.
He's gonna run the aluminum wire to from my meter to my my main panel. I'm not going to do that. I'll let him do that. Okay, right. Here's cabinetry.
All right. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's white. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I hadn't painted it yet. This is all maple.
Oh, yeah. It looks like you gave it a first coat or something.
No paint.
From this angle, yeah. Sweet.
This is a half bath. This is the only place I use side mounts because it's so narrow I couldn't put under mounts.
Right.
But like these. Ready?
Yeah. Nice. That's not soft close, though, is it?
Yeah, it is.
No, but I'm saying the drawers are soft close?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Can you see? It won't let me spin it around.
Yeah. That's fine. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
So nice. This is just under 8 foot. It's it goes on one side of the fireplace. That's its twin over there. Goes on the other side of the fireplace. This is the master bath.
Gotcha.
So it's got 2 drawers on each side. 2 drawers.
Yep.
And you want to show here, where's my dang tripod at? I got cornhole board order I had to just build.
Yep. Nice.
But so I'll show you on this one.
I can't get away with shaker with the same style. My wife won't let me. She says she doesn't hear. Okay, listen to her reasoning. Okay, so she doesn't like see on the bathroom I made that same style cabinet on my current bathroom. But you see that lip there on the bottom on the bottom of the panel? Yeah. She says that accumulates dirt and she doesn't like that.
Oh,
So
I hear you.
whereas but this is the funny part. My kitchen, I made some like OG style curves, but the inside, the panel it's a raised panel with a fancy curve on it. Yet apparently on the panel it doesn't collect dirt, but I mean it's still got a bit of a recess. So why would dirt just collect on that thing and not on the other? I don't know.
So watch this. So this is the undermounts.
Yeah.
You take this to get these out.
Yeah. 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 Those are sweet. Yeah. Those are the blooms. Yeah.
Yep. So to stick them back on, you have to cut these notches in the back, which is very easy to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's a jig, a Rockler jig that you got to drill these because there's a spike in the back that holds it on.
Jig schmig. Everything's going to be CNC'd.
So to put it on, you take it and it slides. Clip these back in. But this is the reason I like it because I can do that. To mount these, all I do in like this cabinet is whatever size these pieces are.
Right.
I cut an extra one the same size.
Yeah.
You take it, you bring it into the front.
Yeah, so all are the same height. Gotcha.
Flush it. No, you flush it up to the front.
Right.
Clamp it down, and then you trace. Hold on. So after you flush it up to the front, you're going to flush that board right up to here.
Yeah.
Then you take a pencil and you trace these.
Gotcha.
Then you screw your brackets into that piece, and then you just screw a pocket hole it into the sides and attach it from the back.
Yeah.
And then all you do is rest this on there and put one screw in.
Yeah, the advantage to that is that you don't need a divider in the middle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, you mean like a divider right here?
Yeah,
because all the way across. All the way across.
All the way across. Yeah, see.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like you don't have to worry about mounting something to the side. You don't have to
right.
It just goes to the back. That's why I like it, because if you were to do this with side mounts, you'd have to like pocket hole a whole piece of plywood all the way across. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just it. I don't pocket hole them. I mount them on top because I don't mind losing that half an inch on each side.
That's the other thing. These give you more
room.
Makes the drawer bigger. They don't use as much space.
Yep. You're right.
And then you just mount them into the back, and then they go on. Piece of cake. That's what I'll use these forever. I got a whole. They're these right here.
Yeah, that's a sweet deal. I'll definitely consider that. I haven't made when I start, I have a feeling I'll probably start planning it after I'm just so looking forward to breaking ground already. I'm all ready. I'm waiting for the financing.
But the cabinets sneak up on you building all the cabinets, but they're not that bad. But this is, so right here you got 8, 16, 8, 16, 24, around 30, little over 30 linear feet of cabinet just in the bathrooms and living room.
Right.
And so I've done, when you think of that, I've done 30, little over 30. I still have 56. Like I told my wife the other day, she's like, oh, well, it's getting kind of, you're doing pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, but I just realized how much.
Yeah, you're halfway. You're halfway done.
No, I ain't even halfway. I've done 30. I still
That's
got
true. That's true. 30.
left.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize until just the other day how much the kitchen is.
Oh yeah.
I tell you one thing though. You look at the space. We can go walk around. You want to see the inside?
Yeah, please.
He's not going to be here till 11, so I got a little bit of time. You don't realize in the space, like we were looking in our bathroom the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't that big, like this space right here." And then she's like, "Is this less vanity than we had at our old house?" I said, "I think so." And then I built the cabinet, and then I had to like triple check, quadruple check my measurements because I was like, "Shoot, I think this isn't going to fit."
Right.
Because this cabinet looks way bigger than that space.
And then and then when you get it in, you go, holy, it's tiny.
and then I put the cabinet, and then I measure, and I'm like, measure back and forth. I'm like, nope, this cabinet is going to fit. I'm like, shoot, that space is a little bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So let's see. Unlock this. Okay, this is too bad I can't flip the dang camera around on my phone. I don't think it lets you.
You sure?
I've never used this before.
Tap it and see if it brings up any.
Oh no, it lets me. Back camera.
There you go.
There
you go.
Now you're pointing at. This is.
Hang on. Let me turn it side. Can you turn it sideways? Okay, wait a second. Let me give me a sec. There we go. Now I can see it a little better on my side.
This is that's the living room. So those built-ins go on either side of this.
Yeah.
All this will be shiplap, which is going to suck because it's going to be like $500 worth of shiplap.
Yeah, you're doing shiplap on the walls?
No, on the fireplace.
Oh, on the fireplace. Gotcha.
And then kitchen is over here. Obviously, I didn't paint where cabinets are going because I don't want to waste paint.
Right.
So, refrigerator, and then there'll be refrigerator with a cabinet, 3 feet of cabinet with a cabinet.
Right.
3 feet of under cabinet where the cooktop is.
Yep.
With the range hood.
Right.
3 foot of cabinet on the bottom, 3 foot of cabinet.
Yeah.
Wall oven with cabinetry on above it and some drawers under it. And then that's the 11 foot for the dining room, like buffet.
Nice.
And then there's going to be floating walnut shelves on top of it, as well as over here. Over here is going to be floating walnut shelves above these two. Mm-hmm. And then, what else I got? Garage. This is where all my doors are. I've painted them and leave them out here. Garage. It's 26 by 26.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I pulled my truck in here the other day. I don't drive a tiny truck, but I don't drive a big truck.
Yeah.
And the truck came in, like leaving it somewhat close to the garage where you can walk behind it. The truck still came to like right there. There's still.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So what,
there was 18? Still like eight feet.
Yeah. Trucks are like 18, 20 feet long. So yeah.
It still had plenty of space. I got to build a built-in in here with cubbies.
Right.
My wife wants like benches to put shoes and hanging stuff, whatever here.
Where's your electrical room? In the garage?
In the garage. No. In the basement.
In the basement.
I'll show you that in a minute. The basement. Oh,
that's right. You guys are lucky. You got basements.
This is pantry. It's like 5 foot by 5 foot pantry.
Right.
A half bath. And this is a laundry room.
Yeah.
I did all can lights. Because they were.
Cheap. I'm doing cam lights everywhere.
I got a sweet deal on can lights. All my can lights, not including these, because these slope cans are expensive. All my other can lights, I think I paid $125 for all the cans and all the lights.
Yeah. Now let me ask you something. Did you buy the $4.95 screw-in LED lights for the cam lights, or what did you buy?
They screw. I got them. They came with it. So I go to there's a place local. It's like a liquidation store. Oh, I went to
Right.
town at this liquidation store. I bought tons of stuff. But so they're like
Well,
this.
I may take a trip to Georgia and okay.
They snap in, and then there's a wire they attach.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it came. So I bought a box of 4.
Right.
It came with 4 cans and 4 lights for $20 a piece. Home Depot had them for like $56 a piece.
Right.
But this place, because they had just a pallet of them, they weren't even opened either. They had apparently these places just buy all this excess from Home Depot by the shipment.
Right.
And our people are returns or like overstock of stuff, and then they resell it. And so all they do is when you ask them a price, they just search on Home Depot's app how much it is, and then they do half off. But I bought 5 boxes, so they sold them to me for $20 a piece. Those are everywhere. And then this is a living room, blah blah blah, dining room, hallway. Then we got a bedroom.
Right.
These are 13 by 12.
That's good. Good size. Good size.
And then this one's, I think, 13 by 13. They're all around 13 by something.
Yeah.
And then
I think mine are all 12 by 14 or 12 by 16 or something like that. Yeah.
And they all
except the master, obviously.
I did put there's soundproof insulation on all these walls.
Right. Yeah. Interior soundproofing. Right.
There's also soundproofing between these.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids, but my wife wants another one, so eventually she'll probably win and she'll get another one.
Of course.
So I went ahead and put soundproof in here, so the other kid, whenever that happens, has doesn't have to listen to
the other kids,
to the sister over there.
Oh yeah.
I mounted. I ran.
Hey, speaking of which, how are your kids doing?
They're good. They're
growing. I imagine
enjoying time out of school right now.
Yeah.
Closet. This is their bathroom, and then the master's down here.
Yeah.
Another closet. That's my closet. I got a little closet.
Yeah.
My wife's got the walk-in closet.
Hey, does it snow around your area?
Some, rarely though.
Okay.
I don't think we got any snow last year. The year before we got a little.
Okay.
And this is here's this opening right here. It does not look that big.
It's pretty big.
It don't. It
about 10 feet, 12 feet at least.
No, it's 8. It takes that cabinet. It's 8 foot.
It's only 8. It's only 8 foot.
Yeah, wow. Right here, 8 foot. But I look at it and I'm like, it doesn't look that big. But you got the cabinet, so it's it goes a drawer.
Yeah, everything on the camera makes it look wider, you know.
And then there's the bath. There's a toilet room, shower. That's jacuzzi tub, which is sitting right there.
Yep.
That's it there. Then the
hey, what did the tub cost you?
I got it for a deal through Home Depot's website.
Mm-hmm.
I think around 1,000 maybe.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's not bad. I was expecting to pay 6,000 or 8,000.
It's a big one too. It's the biggest one they had. It's
7 by 7, 8 by 8.
No,
6 by 6.
I ain't got a tape measure. I can't remember what the exact length is.
About?
It's pretty big though. I can't remember. It's over 6 foot.
Okay.
From end to end. I don't remember exactly, but it's pretty big.
Yeah.
So this is the main level. The main level is smaller than down here. This is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Electrical's over there.
Okay, sweet. There you go.
There's my flooring.
Yeah.
That's a full bathroom.
Yeah.
And then this is all open. There's a room, big room.
This is a big guest room, or what is this?
Room.
Or this is the master bedroom?
Down here, this is the basement. So that's a full bathroom with the potential of putting like a little galley kitchen right here.
Right.
Because I have it plumbed right there. So
Gotcha.
I can put a kitchen here if I ever decide to do so.
Yeah.
And then these are just rooms, big rooms. I got them open with LVL, 10-foot openings with LVLs.
With LVLs. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then here's the big room. This room's 32 by 20.
Nice.
And then I'm going to put an office back there in that room. Then here's all this crap. And then the safe room.
Yep.
For the tornadoes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It's 2,800 square foot in the basement and 2,500 square foot on the main level. Nice
indeed. Yeah, we don't do basements here. Well, we normally don't do basements, and I wouldn't want one anyway because it's, I don't know.
But that's pretty much it. But building the cabinets. I started on all the small rooms for the cabinets just because I think there's the shop.
Yeah.
This is the back porch.
Sweet indeed. That's a great view.
There's my neighbors.
Yep. It's nice to have them far away.
Yeah,
how many acres you got there?
We only have, I think, like 4, but these are all in-laws. See the neighbor right there, the 4-legged neighbors.
Yeah.
My in-laws own all the land on this side and that side.
The advantage to yours, from what I see, is that yours is, well, let me see, how wide is it? Because
I can't remember how wide I am. I kept it narrow. Here, when they deed you land, they make you. Let's see. How do I switch back to this other view? We'll go in the shop. It's not as windy.
There you go.
Here, when they make you deed land, or when you deed land, they make you have to have 200 feet of road frontage.
Right.
So we did 200 foot of road frontage, and then we just went all the way back in a big rectangle. I can't remember the footage back.
Gotcha. That's
so
about. You'll be, if you ever come visit me in the future, you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's probably the same exact footprint or shape because, well, I've got 5 acres, but it's basically 370 feet. It's a trapezoid. It's 370 feet of road frontage, and it's about 800 feet long, and then it goes down to the lake is about 250.
Gotcha.
So it's really weird shape, but
yeah, this one is where it's pretty much a rectangle, perfect rectangle.
Nice.
But but everything that is around us is in-laws. So what we technically own is like right around 4 acres in our name, but we're fencing in whatever they say, whatever my wife says she wants. So they're like, even though we only own and pay taxes on part, we can use as much of
the
it
whole
as
thing.
we want.
Right. That's beautiful.
So, like my shop is not yet on my property. It's on my father-in-law's.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
The bank would not let me. I don't know if this is everywhere or just here. The bank will not give you a construction loan if you already have a structure on that property. So if I would have built my shop on my land and then went to go get a house, when they would have come checked it out, they would have said no, because there's already a building there. We're not going to give you a construction loan. So therefore, I built my shop about 20 feet on the other side of the property line in my father-in-law's land, and then I build the house so I can get around that. And then when it's all said and done, I will pay, get whatever, however it has to work out paper wise to get this part that the shop's on, so I can insure it all together in one.
Right.
But yeah, cabinetry. Yeah, I still got a long road ahead of me for cabinetry. But tile, I got here's all my tile. I got a steal on all my tile.
Ah, nice.
I only paid like $350 for every bit of tile in the whole house.
$350 for everything?
Yep.
Nice. How'd you manage that one? Is that same place or no?
No, I went to Home Depot, and Home Depot is apparently getting rid of Life Proof.
Yeah.
They're just not that. I can't remember whatever their brand that is. They're starting to carry 100% that other tile, no more Life Proof. So I got these. These go in the shower floor.
Yeah.
I got these for like $2.50 a sheet.
Oh.
They're normally like $8.
Incredible.
The boxes, I don't know if you can see them all, but like these boxes, this goes in the bathroom floors.
2x6. I mean 2 foot by 6 inch.
Yeah, these go in the bathroom floors.
Yeah.
And the laundry room floor.
Right.
And these normally are 30. I want to say they were $36 a box.
How many square feet per box?
15.
All right.
I hear my help pulling up, so I got to go in just a second. But
all righty. Mm-hmm.
30. I end up getting those for like $6 a box, and then the other I end up getting those for like $6 a box.
Nice.
Well, I got to go do some work.
Thanks for dropping in and visiting. That was a great tour. I'll be talking to you soon, Drew.
Sounds good. See ya.
Yeah. Bye. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know if you did or not, but I'm going to do some more soldering here. Alrighty. I've been busy doing the soldering, the usual. And let me do something here while I'm here on the tubes. I always forget to monetize myself because it's very important. If anybody's thinking of being a future YouTuber and you finally get monetized, every penny counts. So make sure when you do a live, the first thing that they do is they take off the monetization on purpose. Well, I'm just gonna make sure everything's monetized from the get-go. Yeah, it says off. Figures on, save. All right, there we go. Because then you start losing. Well, views, whatever. Anybody still out there? Nope. No, everybody's gone. Everybody's up and around. Well, I'll be here just in case. Doing my little impromptu lives. All right, so this one is pretty much almost a done deal. righty. Now, that's no good. Let me go get my dog. Roaming around there. How's it going, Pooch? black. We got red, we got green, and we got blue. If anybody's out there, feel free to say something on the chat, because according to my numbers here, it says 0 at the moment. I know you guys pop in and out, but I don't see anybody at the moment, so by all means, make yourself heard, and then I'll start talking to you guys. But if there's nobody here, then I'm not going to talk to anybody. Clearly. And yes, I will be on later tonight. For those of you watching. I'm going to do another one of these double specials here. Alrighty. And for those of you just joining us, I'm continuing to wire up some motors, and then I'm going to finish up one of the boxes. Welcome, welcome everyone. Just soldering away here. If you guys got a topic that you want to discuss, ask me about, or whatever, by all means, let me know, and happy to talk about anything. All right, so let's put this green one here. Always put the shrink wraps first. And then make sure everything's stripped. So yeah, that's nice that Drew's building his house there. That's always fun. That was nice of him to drop by. Let's see here. So the way I like to, whenever possible, what I like to do is, you see these, I have them spliced from opposite ends. That way it's a much thinner surface area, and then that way you get some, you can use a smaller heat shrink, the cables will be neater, as long as you got a good bit of soldering holding onto it. Now, this is not good for certain types of work, but, you know, like obviously electrical panels and stuff like that, but it's great for electronics. Hey, Paul, how's it going? How's everything? Good to see you. Sorry there's always a delay here between you saying something and me responding, but it takes a little while for me to, first of all, it takes a little while for it to come up. And second of all, it takes a while for me to glance over at the screen and see it. And I'm usually taking a look every now and then. So yeah, I've got one more motor after this one, and then I'll get back to soldering the this thing, the panel, and the basically I'm pretty much, all I got to do is assemble. So assemble and test. So not too much longer, and we'll have another fully functional hobby box out the door. She's in here. Oh, my wife calling the dog. She's in here. She's waiting for you to open the door. I'm soldering. Holy cow, that was my daughter. Sounded exactly like my wife. Genetics is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Of course, for all I know, my wife also could be out there, and she's the one that called originally. My daughter just opened the door. That door leads to the outside. This is the shop. So let's see here. Let's do the old heat shrinking now. So Paul, how have you been? How's everything? What are you up to this fine morning? Or is it afternoon yet? I don't even know. It's been at this for a while. Recently, Drew Oxford dropped in and we were discussing cabinetry and construction and all that fun stuff. There we go. There we go, nice and neat. And we cover that up with one of these, at least the edge, so it doesn't fray. Make sure these three are relatively equidistant, and just to keep the wires together. Just the way I like to do things. And another one bites the dust. All right, next. Last but not least. Yes, I am tearing apart the boxes because they're pointless to have and they attract cockroaches, like any other cardboard in the world. Darn, I'm looking for some more blue, or rather some black. Where are they? Black heat shrink of the larger than, oh, here's one. larger than thin variety. So how's everybody doing? Everybody's fine and dandy, I assume. Looking forward to Santa bringing you your Christmas presents. That's always a beautiful thing. I know I am. I asked Santa this year for a plaid shirt or many plaid shirts, whatever Santa feels is worthy of, you know. And so I'm hoping I get a plaid shirt this year. I like plaid. Plaid is fun. I should have more plaid shirts. I've only got one, and that's just wrong. Woodworkers should not have one plaid shirt. Should have many. Then again, I mean, I live in Miami, so what I'm doing is I'm delving into the non-tropical. Of course, I don't own a Hawaiian shirt either. Don't I want to package? Don't I want the packaging to ship the motors? No. What I do is I have I use the styrofoam. So I save the styrofoam. I throw away all the boxes because they're pointless. They cost me double, or rather, not me, but they would cost my customers double the shipping. So what would normally be a $20 charge or $15 would be a $40 charge. So I want to avoid that completely. And I pack them nice and tightly with this in each one of the motors in each one of these. I have everything fitting in a medium-sized flat rate shipping box, and I've used my scrap wood or the scrap 1/4-inch wood and if I don't have scrap, I just buy more. I line it with that, and that's, believe it or not, the wood is cheaper than the shipping, than an extra box and shipping. So I prefer it that way. That way, it all ships in 2 packages. There's no risk of another package getting lost. I've never lost one yet, but in the past, I've shipped these things in those flat rate boxes, and they've shredded the flat rate. You know, so I put the liner in on purpose because it was just quite annoying. And blue. Okay, here we go. I do not do things for certain things. I don't do for convenience sake, because I could very conveniently just throw each one in the box and have a nice day and ship the boxes separate, and or ship it all in one big box. But then, like I said, the customer would have to pay more and stuff, and it's easier for me if I do something like that, because just throw it all in one big box. I don't have to arrange everything like I do. But it's gotten to be, I've done it so many times, it's second nature. And there's certain things I do not mind going through the extra trouble, and that's one of the reasons people buy from me, and that's one of the reasons why this is not profitable, because if I wanted to make it profitable, I would change so many things around. I mean, so many things. And first of which being the price, it would cost practically double. Which, again, that makes sense why Avid is selling the basically identical parts with a nicer looking box for $1,500. Frankly, if it were me, I'd rather pay $500. $575 anyway. But, well, some people have the money. Well, I have the money, but I have the money because I don't throw it away. And I've said this before. Some people don't realize, that's why lotto winners. I got to tell you, I mean, you guys know this to be true. I mean, well, at least you've heard this, and it is true. The 90% of all lotto winners end up in the same exact position that they're in 3 years later. 3 years, that's all it takes for imagine that for a person, because it's not about having money. People don't realize, you know, when you get money, when somebody hands you money, and we all know this because, well, we are old school. But if people give you money and you don't earn it, you'll lose it just as fast. And do I know this to be true? Well, only by seeing it so often. Because the thing is, if you make the money, number one, you value it for one thing, and you know the value of money and all this. But if you make the money, you know what's involved in making money. You know that you have to invest money to make more money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you're given money, chances are you're either going to make extremely unwise investments or you're going to squander the money, to be blunt. And well, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. The majority of lottery winners that win anywhere from $1 million, 3 million, 10 million, 100 million, they end up just plain. Forgot to put the. No big deal. Forgot to put the red one on this thing. They end up squandering all the money, and then, or rather, going back to their same position. I don't know how they do it, but I do understand. I was in the same position myself when I was younger. Hang on, let me put on my little headphones so you can hear me better. There we go. I was in the same position when I was younger. When I was younger, I was not that good with money. I mean, we're talking 18 to 25. A lot has changed since then, but basically, if I made thousands of dollars, I would spend thousands of dollars. If I made $100, I would spend $100. So there was a point in my life where I wasn't in debt, but I was just, even. Okay, where is there we go. Is this, let me check if this one is correct. Nope, this one's upside down. These screws are upside down. Okay, I knew there was a reason I put it up there. Hang on, folks. Let me grab another box so I can start installing everything. I like the fact that light gives you one heck of a... There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Let's see here. first thing, let's put in our fans. I gotta warm up the glue gun. Sorry, trying to need more light back there. I was trying to get the glue gun plug in the right place. That'll hold. Okay. Oh joy. And all the cages. So this is how I always remember it. The cages go toward the front of the box because that's where they blow. Or rather, that's from whence they blow, if you want to look at it that way. Tips and tricks. Nope, this goes here. Good and solid. Aha. That's interesting. Hang on a second, folks. Let me just take care of a little bit of little area that's not exactly. There we go. Mm-hmm. I got the wires always going toward the inside here. It's my little convention. Okay. I've had issues with the post office, and so I decided to make this as much as possible. Glue this in the proper place. looking for a particular, where is it? Here it is. That's not going to cut it. But that's good. Okay. Power supply. Where is my power supply? Never pulled it out. Got to go get it. Let's see here. Power supply. Ooh. I don't know if that's a good sign. Usually they come, well, we'll test it first, but usually these things come shrink wrapped. Well, no, it's 220, so they always come 220, which I swapped to 110, but they always come, a little shrink wrapped. I mean, this came sealed in the box, but still, I like to prefer to make sure it's correct. So let's make sure it's correct. We shall at least temporarily, well, not temporarily, permanently connect these things. And then it's time to grease my chair. I'm looking for one thing, I'm looking for my screwdriver, which is always I put above my head, but I also need the long tip. Well, I'll find it. It always turns up. Let's see if the short one would work. Yeah, that's fine. Ground. Let's see here. Neutral. And line. All right. Let's do the old plug it in and see what kind of power we got here. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, power up. I got power. Now let's check voltage. Let's see, that's positive, that's negative, and that's DC. 36. We're good to go. Now the fun begins, right, folks? Okay. First of all, let's hook up all our power from our wires here. One, two, three, and I'm missing 4. How nice. That's easy enough. That goes in there. That gets tightened. And there should be a blue somewhere around here. There it is. Oh, that's not it. Those. Okay. How long until the JaviBox? Yeah. Sorry. It's that's not happening. I'm retired. If that happens, it'll surely be by accident. How long before it's a Fortune 500 company? I will guarantee you, folks, that a CNC, well, never say never. You know what Bill Gates said about never needing more than 640K. But I will guarantee you, folks, that a company that sells CNC stuff will never be, I'm saying, and strictly only CNC, like controllers, will never be in the in the Fortune 500. Because frankly, nowhere near enough profit. I'm selling a lot of them. And by a lot, I mean, maybe 2 to 5 a week. But on the other hand, at the price that I'm selling them for, people, realize they're getting their money's worth. Whereas if I were to sell it for and make a reasonable profit, I would, and a living, we would probably be talking, one every 2 or 3 months is what I would sell. Because, I mean, who will buy one of these things at $1,500? That's what it would take, really. I'm saying 1,500 plus the motors. So 1,500 just for the controller, which right now the controller is $575. What I got it marked down to. So, it's a little tough. It would be a little tough. Not impossible. Well, impossible to make a living on it because, again, like I said, at that price, sales would be practically non-existent. Or they are for most other companies. I mean, Avid makes a killing because, number one, they charge a very high price, but they have the CNC to go along with it, and it's a good quality CNC. And even then, when you think about it, how many people would you guess that are actually, it's not like Coca-Cola, where everybody's buying one daily. It's a company that's, they'll sell one every now and then. They'll sell a few, but certainly enough to pay for a staff and stuff like that, but nowhere near enough to make millions. So there is that. It's like woodworking. In fact, it's exactly like woodworking in the sense that you could make a living if you were a. Hang on, I'm looking for my other. Here it is. If you were a cabinetier, if you were making high-end cabinets, you could make a living. Possibly come up with an idea to make a chain store. Well, look at all these chain stores. These El Dorado and Babcock's and all these furniture places. They're all basically there's a question there. All the Babcock places and all these things are selling cheaper end furniture. So you go to once you switch the quality, it's the same point with the CNC. I don't care how great a deal you have or how many you build. Look at first of all, it's a one-off deal. I'm going to buy how many CNCs am I going to buy? I'm going to buy one CNC if I'm a do-it-yourselfer. It would be ridiculous for me to do otherwise, unless I'm really into it, which I am, and then or building them all myself, But and the second thing is so that's one. Number two is that's it. That's in a nutshell. It's there's not enough people wanting to buy them. Now, where do I get my customers? That's an easy question. Originally, when Dave had his thing up, I would get probably a two or three maybe a couple customers a week. I mean, it involves number one, you gotta like with anything. Customers are everywhere. I say this about every single thing that you ever have to sell. Customers are everywhere. It's not about the customers. Because where do I get them? I can tell you right now, anywhere I go, I have found a customer. I go to my cousin's place. I just talk about CNC, and I've run into a couple woodworkers. Oh, you build? Oh, I'll buy one. Boom. It's not customers that makes a company. It's salesmen. It's what people dread the most, and what I've been doing all my life, just talking. It's just that simple. I mean, yeah, it's that simple, but it's not that easy. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it. Nobody wants to do it. I am building these, and I'm making money off them because nobody wants to do it. You find something that you like to do that nobody likes to do, like in my case, painting, or in my case, drywall work, or this, because as far as knowing more than the other person and making money off that's not going to happen. Anybody is capable of, I mean, yes, that's part of it. I mean, like a mechanic knows exactly where to hit the hammer, but he still has to have the customers. He still got to sell them on it. Now, on the other hand, anybody can learn eventually where to hit that hammer to fix that engine, and especially now with the proliferation of YouTube, it doesn't take much to know. Now, here's the thing: I do weep for the future, though, because whereas now we have a lot of intelligent people like ourselves, a lot of mechanical people who, like right now, if you were to ask me and I didn't know how to build a CNC controller, the first thing I would do is Google YouTube. And I have the prerequisite skills, whether it's basic understanding of electronics or mechanical ability to just screw things together and solder. And if not, I still have the adaptable skills to learn those skills. So since I can learn anything and I have YouTube, basically you can't tell me that money is made because I don't know something, because I can learn it. It's that simple. I don't know if I'm explaining myself very well, but money is not made because people don't pay money because they can't do something. Most people. So a lot of people do, but pretty soon they will. But our generation does not pay money because they don't know how to do something. Our generation pays money because it's worth for either laziness or it's worth for somebody else to do it rather than us. Why do I pay money for this power supply rather than building it myself? I either know how to build it, which I do, or I can research the internet and figure out how to build it. Why? Because my time is more valuable and it's not fun for me to do that. I don't consider that fun. This I consider fun. My time is still more valuable than building one of these, but it's more fun to build it. So I will invest so this is my hobby, if you will, like all of us do woodworking. This is my hobby, one of them. Woodworking also a hobby. But in order to make money from something like this, I would do exactly what I've done, which is I have a salesperson that goes out. I pay him a good amount of money. He earns $22 an hour. He goes out. He goes out to different locations, and he sells them on a CNC machine. We've got 2 or 3 brands of CNC machine which we recommend, and then along with it, and we're selling to people that build, for instance, maker spaces. And we're in a big city. There are a lot of maker spaces. But it's more than that. We communicate with our people. We're in the maker spaces on a regular basis. So I've got 2 or 3 people right now, and the boxes pay for them. It's okay. Chris, the long answer to your question, where are customers coming from? Originally, it was just me, and it was Dave's site. I would get 1 order a week, maybe 2, but usually about an order a week. And I had enough time, and it was enjoyable where I could build 1 a week. In the beginning, I had a ridiculously low price, and I sold 16 of them. But finally, I raised the price to a level where I wasn't losing money for my time, and it was reasonable. And at the same time, because the price went up, the sales went down. But even so, from Dave's website, that was just one source, just one. Well, when Dave, for whatever reason, stopped, I don't know if I don't know if he had some personal issues. I don't know what the reason is to this day. I don't know if he got angry with a question that I asked him, because I asked him why wasn't he pushing me, or rather, why was he pushing somebody else instead of me? And well, yeah, I guess he got offended. My bad, I guess, if you will. But I had a lot more invested, I guess, than him in our friendship. But well, regardless of whatever happened, he basically took me off the website and started promoting somebody else. Fine, that's his website, it's his business. I completely agree. However, at the time, I had just finished buying 50 sets of pieces. because I saw how sales were going, and I figure, let me stock myself up for a year. And I stocked myself up for a year. But at that point, I'm not going to get stuck with 50 pieces. And you can't return these things because the deals that I make, you don't return them. You buy them in bulk from China or whatever. So in the end, I've got enough to make 50 boxes. And it just so happened with me, and this story, I had people that I, at my call center, that I had I have 3 businesses, and one of my businesses, the employees were really hard up for work. Well, now I've got a few of them full time building boxes. That's all they do, is they build boxes. I've got another 2 that were salesmen. Rather than being stuck inside the thing, now they're going around to different makerspaces. They're involved in the makerspace. They talk to the makers. So they're having fun doing these things. These are the ones that enjoy woodworking. They're having fun because I'm paying them a very minimal amount to go over, and they got to guarantee me certain sales, but they basically go over to these maker spaces, have fun, and talk. And every time they talk to, first of all, they sell to the makers, to the maker space itself. And once we have one of our products in there, well, everybody goes, hey, I like this. I want one of these. Guess what? They make it themselves at the makerspace. They'll build a CNC, and they'll buy one of my controllers. And that's the long answer. And and with that, 1 or 2 a day, 5 a week, I'd say, really 1 a day, whatever. And it's going well. I mean, when back in, I don't know, I think it was September, I don't know, back when Dave started, when Dave switched to the other guy, basically I was at 40. I just finished selling my 45th box, something like that, and I'm at 100 and close to 130 now. So I mean, see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 7 months, and then October, November, December. In 3 months, I've doubled my sales. No, quadrupled my sales, and I have no interest of again. I'm actually going out. I'm having fun. I'm learning about new maker spaces through my guys, and I'm going out. And you don't see me here as often because I'm goofing around out there. And all the while, I'm still concentrated on my house because that is my priority. I don't care about anything else. I mean, I do care, but I don't. Okay, let's see what we got here. I hope that answers your question, however long-winded, and I apologize for that. The extremely short answer: where do I get my customers? My salesmen bring them to me. How do I keep my customers? And that's the other thing. Probably, I would say another nice percentage of customers come from the CNC community. Despite the fact that I'm not on Dave's website, everybody there brags about me, and everybody knows about me, and I'm well known. I mean, I'm well known to a certain degree, I mean, Dave had a large part to do in that, but not everything. I mean, he himself has mentioned in the past that there were times when I wanted to give him a percentage. I say, hey, I don't mind, it's the there's affiliates, and I don't mind, and I did for a while. I gave him for like the first 20 units, I gave him like $10. He didn't want to take it, but I forced it on him. And then later he gave it back. And for the second 20 units that I sold, I gave him a JaviBox. I figure that's about equivalent, or maybe a little less, whatever. But and it benefited me because he would review it. He has since taken the review off. I still have the review. And because I save everything that I'm in, everything. You could take off all the things that I've ever been on off the internet, and I still have them here. I was taught in my life to save stuff, as you guys know. Let's see if this will work at all. Yeah. All right. So let me just. Okay, let's see. We've got everything in here except the power supplies, which we'll do now, and the drivers. And also, the other answer is the new customers are coming from old customers, because the one thing, I haven't done any testimonials or things like that, because again, it's not a business. If it was, I'd be concentrating a lot more, and I'd be probably making quadruple the sales that I'm making now. But I'm not investing the time in this. I really, don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care. And the thing is, now it's taken on a life of its own, because the second 50 that I had, I didn't just get rid of them. See, I told Dave some time ago. I said, Dave, look, your friendship means more to me. If you want, I'll dump this whole thing, But he never responded, and I mean, well, he wouldn't anyway. He wouldn't say, oh yeah, well, get rid of it, whatever. But the bottom line is, I'd gladly give all this up to have him back as a friend. It's I really enjoyed our talks together. He was in many ways, he was a kindred spirit. The only way he and I are different is that I like to share, he doesn't. And well, anyway, he's a private person, doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. I can understand that and respect it. But he's a good man, I think. Misunderstandings happen. Where are my drivers? I gotta let me grab another set of drivers. Thanks, Jeff. Didn't realize I'd uncoupled myself. What's the last thing you guys heard? Because as always, I'm still here talking. So I said Al bought a. I said earlier Al bought a sucker thingy. That's pretty interesting. For me, the plaid shirt is the ideal Christmas present right now because I feel someone should own more than one. Jeff, you still live around Atlanta, right? Or am I thinking of some, or close, or Macon, or where was it? Georgia somewhere. Okay. I'm assuming you guys can hear me now. Let me know if you can, because I did plug my thing back in. I'm hoping it's worked. Texas. Holy cow. Then which Jeff am I thinking of that lives in Georgia? Now I'm at a loss. So many Jeffs in the world. Let's see here. Okay. This goes over there, this goes over there, this goes over here, and this goes in here. All right, have a good one, Jeff. Go. That's always important. Feeding the dog. Ours gets fed at 6 every day. She, let's see, she's a picky one. All right, so we got all of this. Let's go ahead and put these down. Okay, that's locked in place. That's locked in place. This gets placed down there in a little bit. This goes through here like so. Let's see which way. Guess this is the best way. And this one first. Bend these wires here so I don't have a problem. Should have done this before the front cover. Holy cow. You went to go feed the dog and say, well, that was quick. I'm bending the wires here because I don't like to bend them right here because they'll end up, well, how shall I say, breaking. Grab an old screw here. Not an old screw, a new screw, whatever. Okay. Power supplies are in place. Let's grab this over here like so. That's fine. That's fine. Put that there, put that there, put that there. Tamale or pecan pie? Actually, meatloaf. I hate tamales. There's a lot of people that love them. I'm not a fan. Okay, I'm not pulling it more than that. Okay, so that should be tighter there. So let's do that. I basically, let's see, what's going to be my Christmas dinner? We change every year, you know. We used to do the pork thing, the pulled pork and all that, but I don't know. Lately, I've been just tired of that, and so I don't do it like I used to. Let's see here. This one is okay. And my mind is going here. That one goes here. Yellow, blue. Where's my blue? Here's my. Let's see. Blue would be this one. This is blue. Then we got our green, which is Z. And finally our, whatever this is, X, our red. All right. I shouldn't be wrapping the wires. I should be testing this first, but I end up, I don't know. I guess I'm a little overconfident in my skills because I miss very few of them, and when I do, it's a simple, wire to. I'm a little overconfident in the components because I've never had one of these things go bad, so I've been very lucky. Like I said, knock wood. Your grandson's second Christmas, and oh yeah. Yeah, our usual Christmas tradition is we do we open the presents here in the morning, sleep it a little bit because the grandparents are always one of them lives with us, and then my parents are about 8 miles away, which in Miami terms, it's that would put it at about 45 minutes. Believe it or not, it's crazy. But oops, wrong way. Here we go. But in the end, we go over there afterwards, and everybody opens up the presents, has a great time, yada yada yada, and then we come back home. I usually try to sneak out of that. I mean, my wife goes with girls. Maybe I'll go this. It is my parents, and I don't know. I don't know how long they'll be around. They're 78, each of them, so 70. I didn't like the look of this, so I'm putting it in again. There was a piece of copper out, and I am not a fan of wires that are visible. Too many years doing electronics. All right, folks, we are assembled. Let's see how decent or not decent of a job I did. All righty. Plug it in. Let's turn it on, make sure everything's on. Fans are all rolling. Let me see if, yeah. There it goes. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean that up before I finish. Because this fan was that there was this wire preventing it from being. So I'm going to, but these get cleaned up after. I'm just looking at making sure all the dots, namely all the power down here, here, and here are on, which they are. Now I shall connect my wonderful, let's see here, computer. If I can find where I dropped my USB cable. Oh, here it is. Ah, there it is. It's plugged into there, plugged into here. Let us plug in the test box. Let me go ahead and, where did I put the cover? Just lifted it up. Ah, there it is. Just temporarily, so I can put the test box up here. You guys can see the test box. You guys can see the yeah. I used to love Boston Market, but it's hit or miss over there. And then so I make a meatloaf every now and then. I love it. Okay, so we got the box here. We got, let me see here. Okay, so we got the box. We need a motor. Let me grab a motor. There's a motor. All right, so let us test everything out here. I don't want to plug all 4 motors in. I'll do them one by one. Let's do the X first. Where's my... Now I'm looking for the little thing that I always put on the motor. There's one. This thing. All right, let's see here. We'll put it on the just slightly off camera there. All right. Yeah, let's do it this way. There we go. Okay, and turn it on. Reset. X is correct. Off. Let's check Z. On. Z is correct. Off. Let's check Y. Y is correct. Let's check A. Good. All 4 motors work perfectly fine. Now test the diagnostics. You can't see it, but I'm pressing 1. Good. 2. Good. 3. Good. 4. Good. All right. Now let me check. M3 should turn on. Poof, the light, and 10 volts. It's upside down. You guys can't see it, but there we go. Turns on first light, and that. Now M4 should turn this one off, this one on. Bam, there it is. And again, 10 volts, perfect for the spindle. M5 turns it off. M6, 7, turns the blue one on. M8 turns the yellow one on. And M9 all off. We are 100%, folks. Look at that. Shows my confidence in myself was not misplaced. However, arrogant. Well, not arrogant. That's not the word. What's the opposite of humble? go. So what was I saying? Oh, humble. Opposite of humble. Proud, I guess. However, pride is not a good thing always, but it's nice when you it's nice when you don't have any issues and you're all good to go here. Last thing I gotta do, I gotta swap these wires because I do have to reverse the direction. I should have done that before, but well, I'll do it now. Yeah, I'm a big fan of meatloaf, and for Christmas we either have so we either have meatloaf, sometimes turkey, but we gave up on turkey because what happens is you end up buying a big turkey. Nobody ends up eating it. I mean, there's lots of different things around. Nobody ends up eating it, and then what happens is you end up with 4 or 5 days of turkey, and after the third day, it's just dry as a, it stinks. I don't like that. So I gave up on turkey for Thanksgiving and for other things a while back. Basically, I mean, I like tradition as much as the next person, but what I end up doing is whatever I like. In other words, I'm in the mood for meatloaf. I'm in the mood for Italian. I'm in the mood for cordon bleu. That's what I'll have. We did actually have cordon bleu. We went French this year. Well, French American, whatever you want to call it, because we did cordon bleu. We did potatoes au gratin. Oh my God, the cheese and the heavy cream that I used on the potatoes. I mean, for sure I gained 5 pounds that day. But on the other hand, it was delicious. And I was thankful, which is the whole point. But the only thing that we absolutely, do on those things that we must do, the only thing that remains the same is we pray. But that's, that's it. Everything else could be the same, could be different, could be, there's nothing really. Ham, turkey, or pulled pork. Yep. I the thing is, I don't know what it is lately. I've just been. I don't know what it. I really don't know what it is. I can't tell you, Jeff, but because I know that's not normal. But ham and pork haven't interested me. Haven't been appetizing to me as of late, and I cannot give you a reason why. Because, well, all my life they've been the most appetizing. Well, not the most, but steak. Heavy, big steaks are the big one for me. Steaks are the big one. Gotta have a good steak. I know you Texans know about that. Good barbecued steak. That would be the the ultimate that's my meal. That's what my meal of choice. Okay, so let's do this one here. That's there, that's there, that's there. Yeah, we could put another one here, make it look nice and neat. Okay, everything is good to go. Let's seal it up and last test. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? There we go. And now it's losing the focus completely. Oh, well. Must be the lights. Well, I'll just put it over here, folks, because see if that's any better. All right. You read Luke 2, pray, and then open presents. Yep. About the same in our neck of the woods. Sometimes I let the kids pick the readings. That way we know what they're thinking. Oh, really? Why'd you pick that one? It's always a good way to find out, right? Okay, this one has got to be... Where is my clamp? Do I need to check to make sure the number 4 pin is actually grounded to the spindle body? No, not at all. Not at all. They don't. They really don't connect it. I looked inside the diagram. I mean, you can if you want to, but ultimately, they don't. The manufacturers do not connect it to ground. They only use a 3-wire system there. I mean, honestly, if you were to ask me professionally, I would probably find a way to have a ground screw and attach it to the actual outer container. So if you have a way of maybe if you run the wire to a clamp and then run a ground wire to the actual chassis, that would be the safest bet, because if there is a problem, if there is an electrical problem, connecting that ground screw will do nothing for those particular spindles, since it's not connected to the chassis internally. Now, if you can connect the ground wire, wrap it around where here, let me give you an example. Where on this part, when you before you close it to put the wire in, this section, this metal attached to this, attached to the chassis, will suffice for a ground. And the reason why I say it kind of doesn't matter is because hang on a second. Yeah, that's right. Because I assume you're not going to be touching the spindle, but then again, never assume, right? Because if there happens to be some sort of a problem, let's say you get a leak and the spindle happens to be energized, which is rare, because if the spindle's energized, you're not going to be touching it. It's going to be moving because it's automated. So you see, this is why I say it doesn't matter that much, but better safe than sorry. If the spindle is energized and you touch the chassis and there's a defect in the wiring inside and it shorts to the chassis, one of the hot wires, you're going to get the shock of your life, So yeah, do it. But that's a big if. And if we're that, I don't want to say no, never say never, but if a person is that irresponsible that something is not working and they have it on and they grab it, it's like sticking your finger in a saw blade. The saw blade's moving. Common sense should tell you don't stick your hand near there. But you know how it is in the game of life. The common sense is the least common of the senses. So I completely understand. Okay, this I've got to adjust because I don't like how it's closing. Yep. Any cement work in 2021? I expect I will have some cement work in 2021. You mean like will I be building the place? Yes. There we go. That's what was keeping it from dropping into place properly. Okay. Now let's see if this thing drops into place like it should. Perfect. 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 All righty. Perfect. All righty. We have our 4 screws bolted down. Now we do the old these are the if I can find where I put my wrench. Ah, there it is. These are the inserts for the 6mm mounts that I include with all my boxes. Let's see. Do I actually need to check it? Make sure they're okay. I already got that one. Sorry, just looking back at the comments. I don't know where I put I have a bit so I don't have to do this manually. Not that it matters because it's not that big of a deal. However, there it is. I'm going, where in the world is the other hole? This one. There we go. It was a little, didn't quite reach the end here. I take great care, and that's another thing. If you're still on here, Chris, no, he's not on here anymore. That's another thing that reason why people buy these things is they see the great care I take to make them. Whether it's me making them or my guys, I end up checking them at the end. So and of course, like CC, I'm happy to help anybody get through their issues, whether they're a customer or not, because I would want the same for me, and I have had the same done for me. What comes around goes around, folks. What comes around goes around. Golden rule: give unto others. Karma, call it whatever you will. It all means the same thing. Put good out in the world, and you'll get it back. Put meanness out into the world, and you know, I notice it more and more because every now and then, my own family, every now and then, there's a day. See, that's one thing I recommend to you guys, that if you have a family, always be cognizant of your mood and their mood. Because here's what happens. If you don't pay attention to somebody else's mood, I'm always a happy guy, so I'm always trying to be cheerful all the time. And I was always smiling and giddy when I was a kid, more so than now. Now I'm a little more reserved and stuff. Yeah, School of Hard Knocks does that to you. But I'm still internally extremely happy all the time. Now, here's the thing: if you don't show it, notice in your family if they're in a bad mood, how a bad mood spreads. If you're not aware of your own mood and their mood, you could catch it and you could end up spreading it. Bad moods spread very easily. Good moods also. So if you're in a good mood, then I mean, just last night, we were all, most of us were in, one of my family was not in a good mood. I won't say which one. And they're all girls, so I could say she. And then, she was beginning to, not argue. I wouldn't call it arguing, but beginning to, that complain, say things negatively and stuff. And it was beginning to bring, the other two slightly down. However, a quick change of subject, a little bit of Christmas music, whatever, you actively do your part. That mood switches real fast because you override the bad mood with a good mood. And all you got to do is target the one with the bad mood, because once everybody's in a good mood, it spreads. Just saying. If you want to be happy all the time, be happy all the time. It's not that difficult. Okay. We're all set here. We're all set there. You know what, folks? I got to tell you, I'm done. All I got to do is box this, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break now. Anybody have any questions before I leave? Because I'm going to close it up. And I'll be on later tonight, I suppose. Possibly. The quarter and the 3/8 inch inserts were cheap, but now I'm paying $1 for the 3/8. Huh? Quarter and okay. $1 for 3/8 inch inserts. You mean these things? I mean, are you talking about these things that living in the mully grubs? Okay, I didn't understand that one at all. I get the I buy them online, and I found that the 6mm ones, since I'm providing all the hardware, namely, I give each person the little angle brackets, as you see here, the screws. Since I'm giving them an angle bracket and screws, figure I'll give them the right size, nice pan head, nice pan head 6mm screw, and I buy the 6mm inserts, which are roughly a quarter. 6.35 is a quarter, so roughly, but not exactly. But let me tell you, I can't tell you what I don't know what I pay, but I bought enough to make 150 boxes. I got them so cheap. So yeah, I think I bought a pack of like 1,000, so 250 boxes, whatever. But I've made 100 already, so 100 and change. Well, folks, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys all later. I'm going to be off for the. Hang on a second. Let's see who just joined us. I don't know. Someone just joined us, but folks, I'll catch you later, and you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful week, a wonderful Christmas, wonderful New Year's. If I don't see you, if I do, I hope to be on later tonight, or if not tomorrow. So just be goofing around here. Probably build one or two more just to get ahead, even though I'll probably have them sold by then. My guys are on vacation, So any new orders are on hold until January 7th is when they'll be shipping out the next batch. So have a great day all, and see you later.